Yeah, so what's up, guys? How's it going? It's me, Dakota Fishman, and today we are on a rescue here. We are going to be trying to get Krimdor freed. He got himself capped. He found a target, and this guy's at least like a billion knight. This is bad when I'm going. Yeah, I'm not really sure about this, man. This is probably not a good idea, but here we are. So I went ahead, swapped my gear, swapped to cav gear. Okay, and as you can tell, my cav gear ain't that good. This guy is, of course, it's like very early in the morning. So I went ahead, popped a bunny, and went ahead and took the solo. Now, as you might imagine, this is probably, I don't know. Actually, I don't remember if this guy's a billion or not. He might be 500 or 600 mil, to be honest. Now, what am I saying? But anyway, the main thing is, first solo right out of the gate, I'm like, okay, yeah, that hurt. That was expensive. But, yeah, he's 550. 500, yeah, that's right. Okay, so he's 567 mil when it starts. And we hit him a couple of times. And long story short, accidentally got himself capped. So, at this point, alright. We already know we're dealing with a threat to be reckoned with here. But, of course, this guild's not doing anything. So, of course, at this point, between me and Krimdor, we're pretty much looking at this like, okay, how do we rationally go about just get his leader freed? But basically, I'm just trying to find a way. So he's sitting here peppering him, sending freaking T4, T2 marches at him, just trying to figure out what's that front line? What's that front line? And he just keeps hitting it and keeps hitting it. And he's like, I'm pretty sure if I didn't know any better, this guy's an in front line. And I'm not sure if he's in Phalanx or if he's Imp Wedge, but I get a hunch that he's in Imp Wedge. And I'm like, well, alright, if he's still got some troops, then this Cav March might just burn him. Maybe. Now, of course, in hindsight, this is never a good idea. Because I was like, yeah, okay, I probably shouldn't use any T2 here. We'll put some in there we'll get some destroyers in there, because at this point we've already used the bunny. Okay, thinking the bunny was going to help us earlier, thinking that maybe we'd burn him then, but that didn't work. So here we are, going in for the rescue, okay? And at this point, Grimdor's still hitting him. Grimdor's still looking for that magic number, hoping that maybe, just maybe, the guy will burn at some point. Now, given GA at this point, as far as I can tell, there was only like maybe one or two guys online in their guild at this time. And nobody seemed to be online. So, it's like, okay, this guy's in war gear, but he doesn't appear to be online. So we're going to go ahead. We're just going to go for it. So here we are. We've got a rally set. Everything's ready to go. And now we're hoping that this guy is hopefully not going to hop online and go absolutely freaking bonkers on us. Because at this point, anything can happen. So we just have the HP and the defense. So, of course, here we go. 20 seconds to the rally. I honestly don't know what to expect from this guy. I don't know if he's online. I don't know what he's going to do. So this guy's... Yeah, I don't know. It's always a little sketchy. It's been a while since I've done any of these kind of rallies. And then, of course, you can see that their guys are online. And then it's like, oh, this is not good. This is not good at all. So, of course, here I am. I swapped to my speed gear here. Okay, swapped to cav gear for the march. And then I went ahead and I popped my army boosters. So we got a 70. Got our gear on. Got everything popped. Pop a carpet here. Get it, as quick as we can. And... kaboom! It burns, just like that, just like that. So we got the burn. So we got the leader freed, and now things are good. But of course, where can you stop, right? You got the guy burned, but where do you stop? So we look at him very quickly, and Krimdor's out for blood now. Okay, now he's like, all right, his infantry's pretty much gone. All right, let's go for it. I was like, initially, I thought, all right, I'll just send all my D5, and then I thought about it. I was like, oh, okay, maybe not. Just in the off chance this guy's online, just in case. We probably ought to be a little bit more smarter than that, right? And of course, then I thought, well, yeah. Then again, if he only has infantry, I might be able to solo this. It's only 7 mil, It's like. Well, the guy's only got 300k in there, right? So, maybe? So I went ahead and I looked at this guy's comp, and I'm thinking to myself like, well, this is probably a bad idea, but I think I'm going to solo it. So yeah, I'm looking at the guy. We were lucky in that we guessed that it was actually Impwich, like we had expected, right? And so at this point, it's pretty much a matter of getting Rado completely wiped out at this point. And of course, we've got not a full rally, but it's like I'm mildly confident that if I hit him and then that rally hits by, it's like the worst that happens to me is I get capped. It's like, okay, well, why not? Let's go ahead and do it. So, I wanted to double check my trap comp and everything, make sure I had everything in that set up right. I was like, well, I mean, if I do it wrong, I guess I do it wrong, right? But at this point, I'm like, okay, here we go. Here goes nothing. I swapped over to my cav gear, and of course, I didn't really have any siege, so yeah, it was probably my only mistake, really. I just kind of went ahead and sent it. But as you can see there, I lost like a little over 196k, and that's because my infirms were full. And I saw that day, I was like, oh, that was stupid. But it's like, all right, whatever. At this point, it's done gone. What does it matter at this point? This guy's going to wind up getting zeroed anyway, so whatever. So of course there you can see the rains coming back. So I was like, oh, I must have hit some rains. I hope I did some damage, because any damage is better than no damage whatsoever. It's like at this point, I'm just aiming for any kind of damage possible. And I'm sure this guy, looking back on it now, it's like had he come online at any point, this would have been bad. This would have been really bad. But yeah, I mean, as you can see now, their guilds woke up to the fact that, oh, wait a minute. We're getting rallied and somebody's getting hit. And, and at this point, it's like, okay, man, I got my lead in there. Now I need my rescue. And so, I saw the rains coming in for this guy, and I'm like, oh, great. Yeah, I've really done it now. I could not have made this any worse for myself. But of course, Grimdar's helping me out here. You give me the much needed resources that I need to be able to heal. And of course, as you can see, the one caveat of Divine Providence is that it doesn't help you if you're attacking. If you're defending, it's a great help. But if you're not, well, you're SOL. So, oh man, and I don't know. I mean, at this point, this guy's. He's not online, So we got titles, Thankfully, Grimdor had he had the ability to give titles back and forth, and then of course, luckily he got general titles. So at this point, he's got a solid from CL, so CL was able to help us out a little bit. And so at this point, I'm looking at my lead, and I'm like, okay, well, hopefully he gets freed. Hopefully, I don't know if it'll turn out that well or not, but. Well, I'm mildly confident. I think this will go as planned. And so, with 10 seconds on the rally, here we go. And kaboom, it burns! Oh, it's a 4 mil drop. You can see that pretty much killed all of those remaining cavalry units. And at this point, this is the juicy hit here. So I went ahead, got my T5 in, and then I went full blast at it. Now, of course, at this point, I didn't swap my talents. This is the only downside of being able to swap gear, and I'm like, oh, I gotta swap talents. And I had just enough time. Just enough. And boom. And look at this. 2.1. Oh, baby. You got a nice 2 mil drop, 400k T4. I mean, that pretty much wiped the floor off of that guy as far as T2. Look at that. Ugh. Now, of course, he still has some left over, but Grimdor pretty much cleaned up the rest in that second solo behind it and got the leader. And we pretty much bagged and tagged him and left. And that's pretty much how that went. So we were able to get our leaders free. He was able to get the leader from the guy that he originally planned on soloing, and I I have a gigantic infirm bill, and my soul, I don't know, it left the building when I saw that. As you can tell, I don't have any stone anymore. But thank you guys for watching, and feel free to subscribe if you like watching Lord's Mobile related content. So, see you guys.